Okay, guys, in 3, 2, and...
Howdy, folks. I'm James Orcasitas from Las Cruces, New Mexico, your pro rodeo announcer here. Not rodeo, bull riding time here at the Shootout Arena. This is the July edition, 2021. I'm here with the owner-operator, Robbie Yunt. Robbie, got a little bit of weather here.
Yeah.
It's not 112 degrees, but we got a little bit of rain. Beautiful time for bull riding.
Yeah, thank God for the rain. I mean, we've been so dry around here last year, and we're just very grateful for it. And there ain't any better way to celebrate than buck bulls right afterwards. We were going to buck bulls in the rain if we had it, but we're very thankful to get the rain, and it's great weather.
Yeah, rain doesn't stop a rodeo except extreme lightning.
Yeah.
We don't got that. It looks pretty good right now. But speaking of lightning, there's things that have just struck this arena and made it so wonderful and popped this off to make it such a great event each and every time. And those are our sponsors. We're talking about the Meeting Room out of Sonoyta, Arizona. Arizona Bill, he sponsors our show. You discover the real Wild West, he'll take care of you. 6 and under are free. That's awesome. He's sponsored this pre-show each and every month.
Yep.
Poncho Vegas, Guns and Cowboy Leather, they're with us as well. Vintage Cowgirls, Western Antiques, Cowboy Collectibles, they got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Man, they bring it back home to the way I remember my grandpa's house.
Yeah, that's a cool store.
Bronco Trading Company, same stuff, same kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, I could be lost in there for hours. Third and Survey Shopping Society, our folks over there just across the way, where you can purchase your tickets for next year. You can get season tickets now as well. And October is already on the sales list, so get ready for October. 3-day event in October.
Yep.
I unfortunately won't be here. I got to go to Texas. So, but they're still going to go strong. We got a great announcer, great crew that's going to be here. It's going to be awesome. Get the Third and Survey Shopping, and they'll take care of you for your tickets. The Branding Iron, Western Wear and Dale Brisbee merchandise. Not hear nothing. Tombstone Dry Camping RV Park right behind us, where I get to stay every month. The Estelle Farms for your hay and corn out of McNeil. The Light Towers are brought to you by Modern Lift Rental and RDI. And Ebert Equine, which Sean is going to be here, or he can't make it. I can't remember.
He's not going to be able to make it this one. He's putting on an event, memorial event for a good friend of ours, Arsel Alsop, up in Luna.
Yes,
yep.
that's right.
So that event's going on this weekend, so we'll miss Sean this weekend.
Good luck to them, because Arsel Alsop was a heck of a guy and a good friend of mine.
Yeah, and just a great guy. And,
yes, he was.
And they have an event, a memorial for him every year, and we wish him all the luck up there, and I hope it's a great event.
Yeah, and the Good Enough Mind Underground Tour. I got to go last month. Awesome tour. I love it. And Festus Taylor, our good buddy, tells us stories as well.
Yep.
And Ranching for Hunger, a nonprofit. We thank him so much. And of course, the Tombstone Motel for helping us out, helping a world champion out to get here.
Yeah.
But we want to recap on June. Last month was a stellar bull riding.
Yeah.
We started out like a house of fire, and then the bottom fell out. The bull riders couldn't stay on one.
Yeah.
We rode the first 3 out of the chutes, and then it just kind of, everybody got their confidence up, and the bulls were like, oh, okay, we got to step it up.
Yep.
I was 3 for 5 on my picks. You had Wyatt Nez win it, went over close to $3,400 in a custom buckle, Corriente. Jake Ramirez split 2nd and 3rd because he was allowed to enter twice because there was an empty hole. And Kalen Reynolds filled up the last one with the 4th place, walked away with $800 for a 4th place spot.
Yeah.
Talk about that event. That was an amazing event.
Yeah, and I mean, you were on point. I mean, first guy out of the gate is the guy that ended up winning it. And I mean, they just started firing off after that and riding bulls. And then, yeah, the momentum kind of went the bulls' way, but it was a great event. And, you know, like you said, you're on point with your picks that week. You know, I don't know if you had them placed exactly, but you had the right, guys.
Yeah, the one guy picked to win it didn't. And I was like, oh, I was close though. We want to take a moment. We usually highlight a sponsor. We usually highlight a stock contractor, somebody that helps us out. Today, I want to highlight our volunteers, all of our paid personnel, from the music director, Robin Orcasitas, to Joni Cowden, our secretary. They do such an amazing job to make this event so successful, as well as Cool FM Online. This has made, this right here, the online presence, along with the personnel at the show, has made this such a huge event. And Tombstone, Arizona overpopulates this one Saturday every month.
Yeah, and it's great. And you know, without all these volunteers and all their help, I mean, they're like the gears in the engine that make it run. I mean, there's a lot of people whose faces get shown. They're kind of behind the scenes, but without them, I mean, you can't go. You know, they're so important to what we do. We can't thank them enough. And we got some of the greatest people here. Like I said, Joni, great secretary, Robin on the music, and just I mean, the people helping in the parking lot, everywhere. Everything that makes this event go. they're the reason why it goes, and we can't thank them enough for taking the time to help us out and do this.
Watch us stay on time because of all the little pieces you don't see moving.
Yep.
And that's this event to a T. Because you meet so many different people and what they're in charge of. Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh,
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and you put it all together going, man, it's like the face of a watch. The crowd gets to see what time it is. Nobody understands what's behind the scenes, what's putting that watch, putting the time together.
Yep.
And it's a great time.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
admit.
yeah. They do a great job, and like I said, I'm so glad you highlighted those people this week because I mean, they just don't get the credit they deserve. You know, like I said, they just do a tremendous job, and we're just thankful to have them.
Yeah. I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to say thank you to somebody that was at a majority of our bull ridings from the inception. A little later on, a guy that retired from bull riding, decided to come back to bull riding. He'd been 2 times to the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, pretty much done a bucket list, came here, was treating the Tombstone ATM,
Yeah.
cashing out of this bull riding, was a 2-time champion, high point earner at one point. But Dustin Bowen, we thank you so much for coming out here. He announced his retirement.
Yep.
It's hard to walk away from the sport you love and put so much time and effort in, but I'm so proud of him that he was able to do it
Yeah, and you
under
know,
his
yeah.
stipulation.
Oh yeah, and you know, at some point in time, when you ride bulls, you're going to have to stop. You know, and we can only hope that an injury isn't going to be the thing to take you out. Dustin Bowen's going out as good as anybody could go out, and he was going to come to this event, and he sent me a message, and he said, "Hey, you know, I've been kind of on the fence on the bull riding thing, and I think I'm call it good, you know, and." You know, bull riding is a great career, but it's a terrible hobby, you know, and if you're on the fence about it, that's enough to let you know that, hey, you know, I probably shouldn't do it anymore. And this is a guy that's winning. This is a guy that just consistently wins here, and he's gone to the NFR a couple times. He come in here and just swept the table. We never bucked him off here. I mean, he rode every bull he got on. And when something inside of you is saying, hey, you know, this is fun, but not that fun anymore. He really enjoys rock climbing, and we're just so thankful that he took the time to enter our events, come out, and he's just a stellar bull rider. In my opinion, he'll go down as one of the best that, you know, ever got on a bull, and we were just so fortunate to have him here. We wish him luck in the future, and, you know, I'm glad for him, and I'm glad he got to go out the way he did. I mean, that's every bull rider's goal.
Dream, yeah, to go out on your own terms.
Yeah, you're the one that
And he
decided.
did. And
yeah.
so, congratulations, Dustin Bowen. Happy retirement. Come and visit us. Come see us sometimes.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you and hang out, and you get to watch our side of it and laugh at us too. I also want to say congratulations to those young men. Talking about Marco Juarez from New Mexico State bull riding champion, and Jackson Mortensen, who was second place. Brian Moreno, who all from Arizona. Those 2 guys from Arizona. They're at the National High School Finals, basically the World Championships of High School Finals right now. They're up there right now. Congratulations to them. They've been at this event here so many months, and they hate to miss this one, but it's on top of the championship. So we're just pushing for them. We're praying for them. Safe travels, good luck, and good luck to their families because they're stressed out.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes it's hard for me to realize that them guys are high schoolers. I mean, they ride good. They come here, and we've seen Marco and Jackson and all them guys just do outstanding here. And I mean, they're still pushing pencils in a classroom. You know,
They still have to go to class.
I know. I think you know, Jackson showed up here early on Friday for the May event, and I think he might have got detention for that. You know? But they're great guys, and you know, we wish them all the luck at the high school finals.
And also congratulations to number 15 in the world now, J.C. Mortensen.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. He came to a few of our events here.
Yeah.
And then he ended up going to the $1 Million ride over there in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
AT&T Stadium. Then he goes to Calgary. He does well there.
Yeah.
He starts ripping him up at the rodeos. Went to number 12 in the world. Now at number 15. So JC, keep on going, buddy.
Yeah,
You're on a roll. You're butter. You're on a roll right now.
Yeah, and I told JC, you know, he said, hey, sorry I can't come to your events. I'm going to try to make a push to the finals. I said, hey, man, you go. I said, I haven't stayed up late enough to watch the bull riding at the NFR in a long time. Because I fall asleep during the bronc ride, and I said, but if you make it, I'll stay up.
I'll stay awake definitely this time.
So he's going to hold me to it. Now I'm going to have to stay up for 10 nights in a row. I'll have the coffee pot going, but I won't miss him. I want to watch him, and I'll be cheering him on. You know, we hope he makes it to the NFR. And even if he doesn't, what a great accomplishment.
What a great run.
He is just beating a path toward the finals. And we're so excited for him, and I'm not that excited to have to stay up late, but I'll do it.
I'll be excited to watch him
I'll
win.
be excited to watch JC.
That'd be great for him and the family and the group. I want to talk about the bulls now. We talked about the riders.
Yeah.
Bulls to watch. There's a bull I got to see a couple of weekends ago at the Santan Stampede in Queen Creek. And this bull, Hammerlane, that 3G owns now, originally a Washburn bucking bull. This bull tried to kick the lights out. He kicked the latch on the way out. I'm talking the top post of the latch.
Oh, yeah.
And that was his first kick around the chute. Probably one of the rankest bulls I've seen in a long time like that.
Yeah, and Owen brought him to the event here last month, and that was kind of his debut here. And I asked Owen, I said, "What's this Hammerlane?" And Owen, oh, he's a pretty good bull.
Very modest
and
about it.
When he wins, I said, that's more than a pretty good bull. I mean, he's pretty outstanding,
Yes.
and he shows a lot of potential to be a high mark bull here. And he's the real deal. We're excited to watch him again. So be paying attention to Hammerlane when he goes.
And Hunter Perez has him today, and Hunter Perez getting on 2 because you were allowed, if there's an opening and there's a spot, you can buy another spot in the position to up your ante. You get 2 tries at it, and everybody's open to pay double and get 2 bulls. These guys have done it. Hunter Perez getting on 2. That's one of them.
Yeah.
He's got his hands full.
Oh, he does have his hands full, especially with that one. And
I spoke with him earlier, and I said, it's just, you got to be there. You can't stub your toe.
Yeah.
You better be moving.
Yeah, and that's a lot of bull. And yeah, like you said, you stub your toe on that one, it's a deal breaker. It's
Sure.
over.
Yeah.
I mean, when they buck that hard, you just can't afford to make a mistake. But I think Hunter, if he's on point, I mean, there's no such thing as an unrideable bull, and he could strike tonight and get that bull rode.
I'm hoping he does, because he is doing. He says he feels better than he's ever felt before riding, and he's feeling comfortable. Saw him a couple weeks ago, and he was really upset with the way he rode there, and now he's really feeling it. He saw a smile, twinkle in his eye, and that burn. That fire gets there, guy can go hot.
Yep.
So let's talk about gonna get hot. I hope these 5 or 6 get hot.
These
are my picks. Let's see how I do.
Picks.
My number 5 spot, Wyatt Austin, Phoenix, Arizona, Queen Creek actually. He's drawn south side of 3G bucking bulls. Really big black bull of 3G, comes out of the right-hand delivery, is around, big, huge jump, comes around the corner. I think this kid can ride him. He's long-legged, rides like his dad did, Old Dagger did, and he can ride this bull.
Yeah, and we've talked about Southside. Jacob Ramirez had him last month, and unfortunately he fell with Jacob, but I picked Jacob to ride him, and I feel the same about Wyatt on him. I mean, like you said, he's a big, long-legged guy, but Wyatt gets to the front end really good. When you get to the front end good, you steal all the power away from the bull, and that's bull's biggest asset is his power. I mean, he's huge, and he uses that against guys, and he's got a lot of up and down. But I think Wyatt's going to get out over him and steal all that power from him and ride him.
So, speaking of taking power away from him, Hunter Kelly, my number 4 position, he's drawn Chimpanzee of 3G bucking bulls. This bull's real nasty in the chute, really wants to mess with the guy's psyche. Doesn't phase him, he's done this thousands of times.
Yeah.
The bull's going to meet his match finally this time.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see this matchup because, that Chimpanzee, he's gotten pretty close to getting rode a few times, but I think, Hunter, notches his belt riding that bull. And like you said, that bull kind of messes around with guys, try to get in their psyche in the buck and shoot. Hunter don't care. He just don't care.
He doesn't care.
That bull's going to mess around with him a little bit, and it's not like nothing he's never seen before, and it just doesn't phase him one bit.
So my number 3, our last month's champion, Wyatt Nez, is riding really, really hot. I just don't think he has enough bull under him right now. So I think he's going to ride this bull and make him look easy. Hummingbird of Washburn bucking bulls. Wyatt Nez just recently won this event last month. 2 weekends later, he went Springerville, Arizona. Almost could have won it. I always say that. At Taylor, he was on a hot streak, and the guy is just on fire right now.
Yeah, and we're happy Wyatt Nez came back down. I mean, he's last month's champion. And Hummingbird, this bull's young, and every now and then he'll have a day where you're like, whoa, and then sometimes he's just pretty good. If he has that day where, and I see why you put him where he did, because if he had that really good day all the time, I mean, that's easy pick, first place all day long. But, when they're young like that, sometimes they don't have that outstanding day, and then, it takes bulls time to find their consistent trip. So, but, if he has that outstanding day, that could push for first really easy.
And now I got to go to one that, it's a gimme most times. World champ, Ed Knight Caminas, 2002 PBR World Champion. He's getting on Rampage and Undertaker. He's drawn himself in twice. I think he's gonna ride both these bulls like a day off.
Oh yeah, if he could have handpicked two, those would have been the two to pick. You know, he drove all the way here from Texas, and for good reason. You know, I mean, when you got those two bulls, I mean, drive from Florida for 6,000 added, and those two bulls. I mean, your chances are.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen dollar bills probably driving all the way over here, and yeah, I think he just rides those bulls really good. They're just really good bulls, and you know,
and he's a really good bull rider.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. I mean,
in his late 40s.
Yeah, he's a world champion. I mean, this guy. I mean, like you said, in his 40s. You know, like we were talking about Dustin Bowen earlier. Dustin Bowen is kind of, you know, he was on the fence about bull riding, so he retired. You got a guy in his 40s that still has that passion and that drive, and this guy's not getting on bulls because, you know, to pass the time. I mean, he's working out, he's going to big rodeos, and he's riding bulls there too. And yeah, I think he rides these two bulls pretty easy.
And now my top spot, Tyler McVeigh, Tucson, Arizona, the terror of Tucson, the Wildcat himself. He's got ambitious of trash bucking bulls. He has been on a tear on just being dedicated to the sport. Everything, eat, sleep, and drink, and promising to get where he wants to be and what he wants. He's got his dream and goal in front of him.
Yeah.
This is going to help him get there.
Yeah, and I'm kind of repeating myself from last time and whenever we talk about Tyler McVeigh, but Tyler McVeigh, he's in that spot. You know, he's a dad, he's getting married. You know, it's no longer, you know, whether I get on, if I buck off, I lose a little money. You know, you're costing yourself some diaper money. Maybe, you know, he's out making a living for his family now, and he takes that serious, you know. And when he gets on bulls, like that motivates him more than it did, you know, pre having a family, you know. And I think him getting married, having a kid, I mean, it's just upped his bull riding significantly. You know, he's always real good, but I think he's riding better than he ever has.
Now for my assassin, the one that's going to come out of nowhere, has the great draw. I see a lot in this kid, and I've seen him, and he was my assassin last month as well. Came so close each time. That's none other than Kalen Reynolds. He's entered twice as well. He's hungry, and he's drawn two great ones. I like this kid. He's got so much try, and he rides like an old school bull rider. My bull rider should today, he's trying his tail off.
Yeah, and you know, I am a Keelan Reynolds fan. I mean, he is just the epitome of the attitude that it takes to ride bulls. He gets on a ton of bulls. You know, he bucked off of Comfortably Numb last month, right at the whistle. No one's even come close to riding that bull here. And the bull went to the left, and Keelan had him knocked out. Well, Comfortably Numb got smart to that and jumped forward and went back the other way and turned to the right, and he got Keelan in a little trouble and bucked him off. And I went and told Keelan, I said, hey, good job, man. And I said, you're right there. He's about a second from riding him. He said, I should have hung on longer and let him stomp me to get that second, you know. And he's dead serious, you know, because he was honest. He was in a position, if he would have hung on any longer, that bull would have pulled him underneath him, and then, I mean, he would have got stomped on. And he was disappointed he didn't let that happen, so he could have got a score. And I mean, and he's just tough, and he's got that attitude. He'd rather put himself in a compromising position just to make sure he gets a score. And I don't think he really cares about winning or how much money he gets. All he cares about is saying, I'm the guy that rode that bull. And you know, tonight he's got Big Whiskey. And they were 91 points on Big Whiskey in El Paso last weekend. And, you know, I believe deep down in my heart, and I know Keelan does too, he could ride that bull. He's drawn the rankest bulls here every time he comes here. And, you know, the attitude he has, he's going to go after that Big Whiskey. And, you know, I'm going to just go out there and say, he rides it. You know, I believe in this kid. I know he's got it, and I know he's drawn pretty steep around here, but he's going to ride that.
Yeah, he's got it made. So that's my assassin. Those are my picks. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Thank you, Robbie. Once again, we're going to get to work. Thank you, Cool FM Online. Folks, you still got a moment to get out here. We've got about 20 minutes. Get on out here. Tickets are still available. Seats are filling up. Lines are getting long for the cold beer.
Yeah.
We'll see you. Thank you for coming out, watching us. God bless.